Technology. Mr. Walberg, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you, Secretary, for being here. The title of this hearing is Examining the Policies and Priorities of the Department of Education, and I have to say I'm deeply concerned about how the department is choosing to prioritize its efforts. The department has, since 2020, to prepare for the new FAFSA rollout, and yet the political leadership chose to spend time canceling student debt, rewriting Title IX, and I would say to the detriment and endangerment of female athletes and females in general, and making it harder for proprietary schools to exist, schools that are preparing individuals for real-world jobs with tremendous success. And now we're witnessing an explosion of anti-Semitic incidents on college campuses, and I'm concerned the department is not living up to its obligation of upholding Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. And so, Secretary Cardonas, as of this morning, the Department of Education's website listed 145 open investigations based on shared ancestry under Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. On average, let me ask this question, on average, how long does it take the Office of Civil Rights to conclude Title VI shared ancestry investigations, on average? Thank you.
So the anti-Semitism and shared ancestry cases have increased. We've had over 100 since the attacks on October 7th.
145 as of this morning.
Right, but just since October 7th. So we have 145 open cases. On average, it's hard to give an average because every case is different, but roughly 6 to 8 months.
Currently, how many investigators does the Department of Education have on Columbia's campus?
I cannot comment specifically on one case, but I can tell you that we have investigators looking into the cases that we have open, which is why, sir, we're asking for an increase. We have approximately 60 less investigators than we did in 2009, and triple the number of cases.
Well, then it ought to be easy to tell me how many investigators you have on Columbia's campus, on UCLA's campus, on George Washington's campus.
I'm sure you know, sir, I cannot speak on open cases. What I can tell you is that we're taking these cases very seriously. We condemn anti-Semitism and any forms of hate on campus, and we're moving as quickly as we can. Your support of our budget proposal, sir, would help us move that along.
Well, let me go this direction then. How many investigations has the department closed, and how many of those investigations have resulted in resolutions and policy changes? We can't comment on the investigations that are open. Right. How many have we closed?
Right. There have been 2 cases that have been closed around anti-Semitism.
2 cases?
Correct, 2 cases. And we are vigorously attending to the open cases now. As you know, when Congress passed this regulation here, or this law, we have to make sure that we're negotiating with universities on a compliance and how they're going to address the issue.
Well, you know, as I understand it, the Office of Civil Rights Case Processing Manual indicates that the Office of Civil Rights has the authority to launch its own investigations. You can launch that with your own decision-making process. You don't have to wait for specific complaints. Have you launched any proactive investigations into anti-Semitism?
What I can tell you is, as recently as this morning, we have provided guidance to all colleges, not just the ones where we might have issues. So Friday, I sent communication to over 5,000 university leaders. This morning, we have a letter. And
so you haven't launched any investigations?
We have, as I said earlier, 145 open cases, which we're woefully understaffed to handle the existing cases, and I'm asking for a budget increase so that we can continue to get to those cases, sir.
Well, let me put it this way. Will you commit to launching compliance reviews of campuses within the next 30 days?
We have a process where we're providing information to campuses. We've done more in the last 6-7 months than the previous administration has done in 4 years.
It's not working. It's not working
if you fund
from
us,
what we've seen in the last 2 weeks. You know, I appreciate the fact the University of Michigan did not negotiate, ended up going on with their commencement, speaking parochially here, but Jewish students are still in fear of their lives and their academic success on that campus and many other campuses. And the opportunity that you have to launch these reviews, you have solely It doesn't take Congress or anyone else to ask you. I certainly hope you'll make this a priority, because it's for the future and present of students and universities and colleges under your priority supervision. I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Walberg. Mr.